Hi, everybody. My name is Kate Tetsumi. I'm one of the teachers at Manhattan Beach Nursery School. Today, I'm on Zoom with Laura Dotson. We're going to answer some common questions that come up with our families and some questions that might be relevant to you as well. So here I am with Laura. Hi, Laura.
Hi, Kate. Nice to see you today. I'm Laura Dotson. I'm the site consultant at Manhattan Beach Nursery School. I'm a marriage and family therapist, and I work closely with the staff and parents of the school. And Kate and I have a number of questions that have come up over the course of our isolation from parents, and we'd like to explore some of them today with you.
Sounds great. All right, I'm looking at our list, and the first one that I'm going to read is my child missing important milestones in social development? I'm wondering if they'll be all right after this quarantine.
Yeah, this is a question that's come up a lot. And for our parent body who are so conscious and aware of developmental milestones, it's been an area of real concern. And I'd like to really reassure parents, first of all, because of course the experience at school is one of learning social interaction kinds of skills with peers. They are, unless the children have siblings, and of course in families with siblings, they're still busy learning negotiation and conflict resolution skills, figuring out how to be together. But I think we forget sometimes that they're in isolation with their families. They're not in solitary confinement.
Right.
So they're actually interacting and using those skills constantly in their interactions with you. You're speaking to them, they're speaking to you, you're negotiating each other's needs. So that continues. It certainly is another level, negotiating with peers for whom those skills are not as well developed. And they will easily return to that as soon as we're back at school and they're able to interact directly with peers again. So not a concern, because we know that we are continuing to interact and use those skills with our children, even as we're in isolation. I do think that one thing we'll look for as our children come back, and what you may be seeing even now is a phenomena that occurs anytime there is a dramatic change in circumstances. For children, you may even be noticing it in yourself, and that is regression. So if that's happening in your family and you're seeing regressive behavior in your children, maybe around toileting issues, around language development, it's a temporary concern. It's a temporary reaction to a trauma or a change. And so what we want to do, excuse me, is encourage our children to be able to express those feelings in a direct way. Or maybe direct is the wrong word to use, because what I'm going to suggest are actually indirect ways. If you ask your child, are you feeling upset or angry or worried about our current circumstance, you're unlikely actually to get an answer. Even adults have a hard time answering those kinds of questions directly. So what I'd suggest is that you look for indirect ways to elicit what's going on for your child emotionally. So that would be through artwork. And again, wow, a lot of blue in that painting. I wonder what that blue is about. Tell me about the blue. Or stories. You'll hear in their play and in their stories the expression of what their concerns actually are, and their concerns that they may not be able to articulate directly,
Mhm.
but it'll give you the opportunity to address them.
Mhm. One of the things that I was also thinking about was how I think I feel this way too right now is that I don't have a lot of control over things that are happening. And I feel like some of my choices are limited. So I would also imagine that children might be feeling the same way.
Mhm.
What are some ways that we can give them control in this really super controlled environment that we're in right now?
Yeah, I think part of what we're able to share with them once we've understood, maybe through some of the techniques I've already mentioned, what their concerns are to mention to them the ways in which we are keeping ourselves safe.
Hmm.
We are staying inside. We are wearing masks, and masks are, I think, an important thing to talk about since we're all going to be wearing them. Children will be seeing them. They're not a common, we don't commonly in our culture cover our faces,
Right.
but worldwide, there are many large cultures where face covering is part of the tradition and children get used to it.
Yeah.
So I think including children in that process and explaining that this is one way we're all staying safe when we're outside is by wearing masks. Showing, putting your mask on in front of them,
Hmm.
letting them experiment with putting their masks on. It's funny because I just saw something posted by a friend who's a veterinarian with a long protocol about masks and dogs. That that even dogs are noticing the difference in people having their face covered, and the
Oh,
way to
yeah.
address that is to put the mask on in front of your dog so they see that it's you, put it on and take it off. And I think a similar technique with children, also letting them put their own masks on and take them off.
Mhm.
Um, a lot of behavior that might otherwise concern us in different circumstances or might signify a level of anxiety that we'd want to address are things like a lot of hand washing, because we
Right.
were told early on, and our children are seeing us wash our hands with a frequency that they're not used
Mhm.
to remind them, oh, yeah, this is the way we keep ourselves safe. So, really, for them and actually for us as well, it's really helpful in circumstances like these to have ways of feeling some sense of control, of power over the situation. So, yeah.